From detecting tuberculosis in humans to outperforming us in memory tests. We aren't the only intelligent creatures on this planet. Truth be told, we are far from it. We tend to believe we are the smartest species on Earth, using traditional classroom intelligence as the benchmark to measure an animal's brain power. But those tests just scratch the surface. For example, while we can create sonar technology to track an enemy submarine, dolphins are born with it. Here are top 10 smartest animals in the world. Number 10. Rat. Number 10 in our countdown is the rat, a highly intelligent yet much maligned animal in Western cultures. But in Chinese culture, the rat is well regarded for its cunning and resourcefulness. And for good reason. It has successfully colonized every continent on Earth except for Antarctica. And if history is any indication, they'll be there soon enough. Widely used in research, the lab rat has been known to find shortcuts, loopholes, and escape routes in the laboratory experiments designed by the top scientific minds of our time. In fact, highly trained rats have saved thousands of lives by detecting tuberculosis or TB in humans and sniffing out landmines around the world. Rats trained at a Tanzania-based non-profit organization called Apopo have detected 18,300 cases of TB and destroyed 108,736 landmines and unexploded ordnances. It takes a rat 30 minutes to check the area of a tennis court for mines, a task that could take a human 4 days with a metal detector, Apopo says, and it can check 100 sputum samples for TB in under 20 minutes, while a lab technician might take up to 4 days using conventional tests. If that wasn't impressive enough, rats can also learn to play hide and seek. Number 9. Octopus. Kudos should go to the invertebrate with the strength and skill to screw a lid off a jar. Number 9 in our list is the octopus, one of the smartest creatures in the sea. This animal is still poorly understood, but scientists are constantly discovering new and impressive abilities. Octopuses play, solve problems, navigate through mazes, and have respectable short-term memories. But how is an animal that belongs to the same class as the snail capable of such clever feats? It may be the combination of strength, agility, curiosity, and a lot of brain power sets the octopus apart from its soft-bodied brethren. An octopus brain is proportionally as large as some mammals' brains, but it displays a high level of organization, which helps it catch its prey and avoid predators. However, its shape-shifting and camouflage abilities reveal only a fraction of this remarkable creature's brain power. Although its nervous system includes a central brain, 3/5 of the octopus nerves are distributed throughout its 8 arms, which serve as 8 mini-brains. Well, no wonder it's so smart. A video captured an octopus pulling 2 halves of a coconut shell, which it later uses as shelter. The intelligent animal knows the shells will come in handy at a future date. Octopuses show the same smarts when brought into science labs. Researchers confirmed that octopuses could recognize individual humans despite their wearing identical uniforms. In fact, the animals behave differently around the person who fed them and the person who touched them with a bristly stick, something we humans would definitely do. Number 8. Pigeon. Pigeons are abundant in most major cities of North America, but most people think of them as mere pests. However, this ubiquitous bird is actually quite smart, because pigeons have been the subjects of countless scientific experiments. There is a wealth of knowledge about their intellectual abilities. For example, pigeons can recognize hundreds of images even after several years have passed. They can also identify themselves in a mirror, be taught to perform a sequence of movements, and to discriminate between two paintings. Pretty impressive for a common bird. But that's just scratching the surface. There is a reason pigeons were used by governments and militaries around the world. Before technology progressed, these pigeons carried critical messages back and forth behind enemy lines during both world wars. And other pigeons, equipped with the tiny cameras, flew over enemy terrorists to gather information. So don't be fooled by your neighborhood pigeon pecking at the ground. This animal doesn't have a bird brain, it's a brainy bird. Number 7. A squirrel. This animal's dogged persistence and impeccable memory have made it the nemesis of gardeners throughout its vast range. Most squirrels display an impressive array of tricks and strategies that help them survive, which researchers believe shows an advanced level of cunning and intellect. For starters, these clever creatures are essentially woodland animals that have adapted to living alongside humans, eating out of bird feeders, flower gardens, and whatever food might be lying around. If you are a fan of the Ice Age films, you know how important an acorn is for a Scrat, the saber-toothed squirrel. Well, it's no different in real life. So much so that eastern gray squirrels dig holes, pretend to hide their food in them, and run off to other secret places to stash their food. This is known as deceptive catching, and they do this to confuse potential thieves. Tree squirrels, on the other hand, use a technique called spatial chunking to sort their nut pile by size, type, and perhaps nutritional value and taste. This helps them find what they want when they get hungry. They are also able to store and cache food for learner times, and then find their hidden morsels many months later. Number 6. Pig. Despite a reputation for gluttony and poor hygiene, pigs are actually highly intelligent animals. Both domestic and wild species are known for their ability to adapt to a variety of different ecological conditions. Unlike most other ungulates, which are strictly herbivorous, pigs and their relatives are omnivores, with a diet that sometimes includes worms and bugs. Wherever they have been introduced around the world, pigs tend to outcompete the native species. Though devastating to the native species, this trend is yet another strong indication of pig cleverness. In fact, young piglets can learn to use mirrors to find a path to their hidden food bowl. When researchers placed the food bowl behind a solid barrier, which was only visible in the mirror, 7 out of the 8 pigs found their food. Not only were they able to solve the concept of reflection within 5 hours, but pigs can also understand instructions given to them by humans. There is a reason certain domestic pigs have become a favorite pet in the US. Pigs are as trainable as cats and dogs. Until this part of the video, we have seen the 5 smartest animals at the beginning of the list. Join me in the next video to see the smartest animals in the world. For more incredible stories and insights, subscribe to our channel and join our curious community.